Have you ever had the feeling that something big is about to happen, but you don't know what to say? As if the universe is whispering that the game has changed, and that nothing will be the same as before? Well, you're not alone. Thousands of people around the world are feeling this same vibration, a mix of anticipation, uneasiness, and, most of all, called interior. We are living in a unique moment, a vibrational shift. And Abraham Hicks anticipated this move years ago, but now, in 2025, the final message has arrived with overwhelming clarity. And it is simple: the old way of living is crumbling. It's time to remember who you really are. This is not just another talk about spirituality. It's a direct invitation from the inner source for you to get off autopilot, let go of fear, and finally co-create the reality you've always wanted with clarity, with confidence, and, above all, with joy. But be careful, this message is not for those who want to continue in the almost. It is for those who are ready to truly live. In this video, you will understand why feeling bad today can be a sign of realignment, not failure. You will discover how emotions are guiding you all the time. And most importantly, you will learn to use contrast and chaos as fuel to access your highest power. Yes, the end has come. But not how you think. It's not the end of everything. It's the end of the old me, and the beginning of your most powerful version. Ready to dive? There is something almost magical that happens when two or more people come together with the conscious intention of raising their vibration. It's not just about talking or exchanging ideas, it's about connecting frequencies. The energy amplifies, the vibrational field expands, and clarity begins to flow more easily. It is as if each person's inner source comes into tune, generating a field of collective well-being. And in this space, the manifestation happens in a lighter way. When we're alone, it's easy to fall into old thought patterns. But in a group, something changes. The presence of others reminds us of our own power, our ability to co-create with the universe. The feeling of exaltation grows, as if non-physical energy is gently pushing us into a new created reality. That's when we understand we didn't come here to do everything alone. Unity is also a spiritual tool. Have you ever noticed how at events, spiritual encounters, or even deep conversations, ideas arise that previously seemed unattainable? This happens because the collective vibrational alignment activates new possibilities. When several consciousnesses come into harmony, a new space of co-creation opens up. It's as if we accessed a download field directly from the source. And it all starts with the simple decision to come together with intention. But be careful, it's not about depending on others to create your reality. It is about understanding that, by sharing the process, we expand together. The group's energy helps to dissolve doubts, alleviate resistance, and even elevate those with the lowest vibration at the moment. It's like an energetic dance: sometimes you lead, sometimes you are led. What matters is that everyone is willing to stay focused on well-being and clarity. A good practical example: try creating a small group of aligned people to meditate, share desires, or visualize together. It can be in person or virtually. The important thing is the clear intention to raise the vibration. You will notice that the manifestations begin to accelerate, almost like magic. This is because the sum of the frequencies creates an impulse that would be difficult to generate alone. It's her own expansion of consciousness in action. Finally, remember, every time you join someone with an open heart and a mind focused on what you want, you are practicing true co-creation. And there is no limit to what can emerge from this encounter. When multiple creator beings align with their inner source at the same time, a new field of reality begins to be woven. And it is in this space that true transformation happens. Contrast is that part of life that, at first glance, seems uncomfortable, but is actually essential to the manifestation process. Every time you experience something you don't like, a new desire is born in you, a rocket of desire that your inner source immediately recognizes and welcomes. It is this movement between what is and what is wanted that drives the expansion of consciousness. Without contrast, there is no growth. He is the silent engine of creation. Of course, no one wakes up wanting to experience frustration, confusion, or misalignment. But the truth is that these moments push us towards more conscious choices. Discomfort is a sign that something inside you is ready to evolve. Contrast shows you what isn't working and, at the same time, activates within you the power to desire something better. It is not a punishment, it is a powerful vibrational clarity tool. The problem is that we often try to resist contrast. We fight reality, we get stuck in fear, doubt, and focusing on what's missing. And that's when states of low vibration arise, such as frustration, anger, or even discouragement. But what if, instead of resisting, you used contrast as a springboard? What if each difficulty was actually an arrow pointing to a new, more aligned path? The key is to change your perspective. Instead of asking yourself, why is this happening to me? Try changing it to, what is this showing me that I really want? It sounds simple, but this change changes everything. When you allow yourself to make this internal movement, you begin to align with the highest part of yourself, the one that already knows what you want and already vibrates at the frequency of the solution. That's it, permission. You don't need to know how something will work out. Your job is to identify the desire that was born from the contrast and allow the vibration to adjust to it. This requires practice, yes, but also emotional freedom. What you feel is your guide. If the thought gives you relief or appreciation, you're on the right track. If it creates tension in you, it's time to realign. The universe is always responding to your vibration, not what you say, but what you feel. So, the next time the contrast appears, take a deep breath. Don't run from him. Use it. Observe your emotions, accept the signs, and use this moment as a stepping stone towards your expansion. Every manifestation begins with a desire, and every desire is born from a contrast. In other words, what bothers you today could be exactly what will push you to your next big leap. Desiring is natural. But when you desire something while vibrating in its absence, the most common result is frustration. It's like wanting to tune in to a relaxing music channel, but being stuck on the chaotic news frequency. Vibrational alignment is the process of adjusting your frequency so that it matches what you want to manifest. It is the art of becoming what you asked for. Many people believe that they need to act desperately to achieve what they want. But in fact, the most powerful action is always preceded by alignment. When you feel clarity, lightness, and even excitement when thinking about what you want, this is a sign that you are allowing manifestation. Without this alignment, even the greatest efforts become in vain. Remember, the universe does not respond to forced requests, it responds to your dominant vibration. The good news? You can change your vibration at any time. Just pay attention to how you're feeling right now. If you are in doubt, fear, or misalignment, stop. Don't force it. Focus on finding relief. It could be through a walk, a song you love, or even a memory that brings you peace. The important thing is to get out of the I don't have frequency and into the I am in harmony with what I want vibration. A powerful trick is to act as if it's already real. Not pretending, but feeling what you would feel if you had already manifested. How would you behave if you were already living in the relationship of your dreams? How would you speak? How would you take care of yourself? This practice is not an illusion, it is vibrational tuning with its expanded version. When you emotionally experience the desired reality, it begins to form in the physical field. Vibrational alignment is, above all, a process of allowing. And allowing is not trying hard, it's letting go of resistance. Sometimes the best thing you can do to manifest something is to stop worrying about it so much. When you are light, at peace, in a state of appreciation, you are closer to inner source. And the closer you get to the source, the faster the manifestations arrive. So the next time you feel like you're stuck, don't rush to do more. Instead, stop and ask yourself, am I aligned with what I want, or am I vibrating in lack? This simple question can completely redirect you. Because when you align yourself with joy, with well-being, with love, everything you want starts to come your way naturally, effortlessly. It may seem strange at first, but it's the purest truth. You are energy before you are a body. What you call I is actually an extension of Source, manifested temporarily in physical form. Your body is just the vehicle, not the driver. Most of who you really are continues to vibrate at high frequencies, in the non-physical, where there is no fear, doubt, or scarcity. Just expansion and clarity. That non-physical part, your inner being, is always in a state of well-being. Always. Even when you feel bad, confused, or lost, that part of you is vibrating up there in love and appreciation. The distance between what you feel now and this vibration from your source is what we call vibrational distance. And guess who measures this distance? Your emotions. They are the GPS of your soul. When you feel anger, frustration, or fear, it is not a mistake. It's just a sign of misalignment. It's like a gentle or not so gentle warning from your vibrational field saying, "Hey, you've strayed from who you really are." Emotional discomfort arises when your thoughts disagree with your source's perspective. On the other hand, when you feel joy, enthusiasm, exultation, it's because you're in tune with that higher part of yourself. Recognizing yourself as energy is liberating. It means you are not bound by the limitations of matter, logic, or what others say is possible. Your physical body is important, of course, but it's not the boss. It is a temporary reflection of your dominant vibration, and the more you take care of your vibrational state, the healthier, stronger, and more balanced your body becomes. Energy comes first, the physicist responds. A powerful exercise every time you look in the mirror. Mentally repeat, "I am pure energy. I am the physical extension of Source." Do this frequently. This reprograms your beliefs and reconnects you with the greater consciousness that inhabits you. It's like triggering a silent reminder of who you really are. And the more you practice this remembering, the easier it becomes to live in vibrational alignment. So the next time the world tries to convince you that you are small, limited, or out of control, take a deep breath. Remember, you are not here by chance. You are the creator of your reality. And this reality begins in the invisible field of vibration, not in external circumstances. You are much more than flesh, bones, and routine. You are creative energy in action, in full expansion. Many people still believe that emotions are just random reactions of the mind. But they are much more than that. They are literally your internal guidance system. Every feeling you experience is a direct response of your vibration in relation to your inner being. Emotions don't appear out of nowhere. They are always showing you whether you are moving closer or further away from the energy of the source. Imagine emotions as lights on a car dashboard. When you feel appreciation, joy, or lightness, it's as if the lighthouse is green, move forward. You are in vibrational alignment. But when you feel anger, doubt, or frustration, it's the alert warning you time to recalibrate. And that's not a negative, it's an opportunity. Every negative emotion is an invitation to return to your center. The big turning point happens when you understand that emotions do not create realities, they only reveal the frequency you are emitting. Feeling bad is not a sign of failure, it's just a reminder that you're thinking out of alignment. So, instead of fighting bad feelings, start using them as a redirection tool. How can I smooth this over now? Is a powerful question. Want a simple example? If you are anxious about money, notice how you feel when you think about abundance. If relief comes, you are in alignment. If fear comes, you are resisting, and that's where your power comes in. You can choose thoughts that relieve. Think about moments of prosperity in the past. Visualize what you want lightly. Change your focus completely. All of this changes your vibration, and emotions confirm this. Another important point, the goal is not to be happy all the time. This would be impossible and even counterproductive. The real goal is to become aware of your vibration through emotions. This way, you begin to navigate life with much more clarity, and when you learn to interpret these internal signals lightly and not with judgment, the journey becomes more fluid, more aligned, more pleasurable. So the next time you feel bad, instead of blaming yourself, stop and listen. Ask, what is this trying to show me? The answer will be there. Your inner source is always calling you home, and she does it through emotions. Don't underestimate this system. It is the most accurate vibrational GPS available, and the more you use it, the easier it becomes to align with the reality you want to create. You have a superpower that we often underestimate. Focus. Where you place your attention, your energy goes. And where the energy goes, manifestation happens. The reality is an immense vibrational buffet with all types of experiences available. It's up to you, with your free will, choose what will serve on your mental plate. That's where your true freedom lies. Many people believe they have no choice because circumstances are difficult, but this is precisely the trap of chronic thinking. If you keep looking at what is, without allowing yourself to imagine what could be, you keep the vibration of the problem alive. Deliberate focus is the antidote to this. It's when you consciously choose to direct your thoughts towards what you want, even if you don't have physical evidence yet. A powerful secret: you don't need something to be true to focus on it. It just needs to do you good. The universe does not reward those who stick to what is real, but rather those who vibrate in what is desired. Want more security? Speak, think, feel things that generate this vibration. Want more love? Focus on love, on movies, music, memories. People, the source doesn't matter, the frequency matters. Remember, what you focus on grows, and if you spend the day complaining about traffic, politics, short money, guess what you're feeding vibrationally? This is the cycle of unconscious misalignment, but it can be broken with small choices. With each uncomfortable thought, ask yourself, is this bringing me closer or further away from what I want to feel? This simple question can change your day. The deliberate focus is also about limits. Say no to conversations that drain your energy, to content that makes you afraid, or to mental habits that sabotage you. It's not escape, it's conscious vibrational choice. You're not here to absorb it all, you are here to create your reality, and that requires intention. Powerful habit is to start your day with 5 minutes visualizing what you want. This defines your vibrational field. In the end, the question is not what is happening around me, but rather what am I focusing on right now? This response shapes your vibration, and your vibration shapes everything you experience. When you take control of focus, you take control of creation, and with practice, this becomes natural. You begin to live by choice, not by reaction, and that changes absolutely everything. The process of manifestation is simple, so simple that the human mind loves to complicate it. According to the teachings of Abraham Hicks, it is based on 3 steps: contrast, request, and permission. It all starts when you experience something you don't want. Contrast. This automatically generates a desire request, which is immediately accepted by your inner source. What's missing? Just allow it. The hardest part for most people is exactly this: allow, because we are so used to fighting, trying to find solutions with effort, that we forget that the universe has already heard our desire, and what's more, you've already answered. The vibrational version of what we ask for already exists, but to access it, you need to become a vibrational match with this new reality. It's as if you called the restaurant, placed your order, and then left the house before the food arrived. It seems absurd, right? But that's exactly what we do when we ask the universe for something and then return to vibrating in fear, doubt, or scarcity. Your role is not to chase the manifestation, it is align yourself with her. Internally, emotionally, vibrationally. Alignment means feeling good even before you see the result, and that takes practice, of course. That's where the permission art. Allowing is stopping resisting. It is trusting that the invisible is becoming visible. You do this by focusing on thoughts that soothe, on mental images that inspire, on emotions that connect you with the most expanded version of yourself. Your vibration is your main job. A good exercise when you want something. Instead of asking yourself, how do I make this happen? Ask, how can I feel good right now? This question puts you straight on the path to manifestation, because when you feel good, you allow it, and when you allow it, everything flows. Manifestation becomes a natural consequence, not a forced effort. It's a game of energy, not logic. So, the next time you feel a desire pulsing strong inside you, know this is a sign that the manifestation has begun. The contrast made you ask, the source has already become that. Now you just need to follow it vibrationally, and this path does not require perfection, just intention, because when you choose to allow, the universe responds with precision and perfection. Beliefs are not born ready-made, they are formed over time, fueled by repeated thoughts. Every time you think something, even if it's a lie, and feel emotion when thinking, you are reinforcing that vibration. Over time, this thought becomes a personal truth, and guess what? The universe begins to respond to this vibrational truth, no matter if it helps you or limits you. So, if you have beliefs like money is difficult, no one values me, or I'm not good enough, no, they are not immutable. They are just vibrational patterns sustained through repetition, and here comes your vibrational free will. You can start thinking differently. Today, you don't need to eliminate the old belief, just stop feeding it and start focusing on a new one. The secret is in conscious thinking choices. When you notice a negative thought repeating itself, you have the power to stop, breathe, and choose another focus. It may seem silly at first, but that's how you change a vibration. Remember, you don't have to believe 100 in the new thought right away, just need feel that it relieves you. Relief is already a step towards alignment. A practical example: instead of thinking this never works out for me, change it to maybe now it can be different. It seems subtle, but the vibe changes completely. This small adjustment creates a new mental route, and the more you repeat thoughts that are good for you, the stronger this new belief becomes. Belief is practice, not destiny. Is you who chooses which truths you want to support. Another powerful tip: write affirmations that bring you clarity and use them daily, especially when waking up or before going to sleep, but don't repeat it automatically. Choose phrases that wake up real positive emotions, something like I'm open to possibilities, or I'm learning to trust the flow of life. When these affirmations resonate with you, they begin to shape your created reality. In the end, your mind is like a garden. Thoughts are seeds. You can choose which ones to plant, water, and nourish, and when you realize, new beliefs will blossom aligned with what you really want to be, live, and feel. The vibration changes, and the manifestation follows, because when you transform your beliefs, You transform everything. Life is in constant movement. With each new experience, with each contrast you experience, your consciousness expands. This happens whether you realize it or not, but hey, raise the crucial point: while expansion is inevitable, your alignment with this expansion is optional. In other words, you can follow this growth, or resist it and feel emotional pain. You know that feeling of stagnation, that nothing is flowing. Most of the time, it comes because you haven't vibrationally followed your own expansion. You wanted something and your inner source became that, but your vibration remains stuck in the old self. This distance is what creates discomfort, and it's not punishment, it's just the universe telling you, come on, come be who you have become. That's like being on a moving conveyor belt that moves forward. If you don't move along, you end up tripping. This metaphor serves well to illustrate the vibrational journey. The flow of life is always taking you towards more clarity, more well-being, more abundance, but you need to say yes. You need to allow expansion of consciousness, release old patterns, release emotional resistance. A practical example: let's say you decided to change careers. The desire has already been born. The expansion has already occurred in the vibrational field, but if you continue to think fearfully, stuck in old scarcity beliefs, you will feel distress. This anguish is not the wrong desire, it is the sign that you are still vibrating in the old self. The solution: realign with the expanded version of yourself, even before seeing physical evidence. You can do this little by little, with affirmations, with visualizations, with small gestures aligned with the new version. The idea is become vibrationally compatible with what you asked for, and it doesn't have to be perfect, just consistent, because discomfort only exists when there is resistance to expansion. When you embrace the process, everything starts to flow more easily. You start to live by inspiration, not by obligation. So whenever you feel tension, ask, am I resisting my own growth? This simple question can reveal a lot, because the truth is you have already expanded, has already become more. The question is, will you follow along or will you resist? Will you trust the flow or continue trying to control everything with effort? The choice is yours, and expansion continues, with or without permission. Yes, you, even when you doubt, even when you make mistakes, even when you feel lost, you remain the creator of your reality. This isn't just a nice self-help phrase, it is a vibrational truth. Everything that exists in your experience today began as a thought, an emotion, a sustained focus. You are co-creating all the time, whether you are aware of it or not. And the most incredible thing is that, with each new desire that is born, a new version of you is created on the vibrational plane. This version is broader, wiser, more aligned with your inner source. It already exists. Your job is to become that version. This is what Abraham calls become what you ask for. It's not looking outside, it's remembering inside. The creation is already ready. You are the last step. This means that you are, at the same time, the one who dreams, the one who builds the dream and the materialized dream itself. The divine cycle of conscious manifestation. But be careful, don't confuse this with forcing reality. Creating is not forcing, it is allowing, is to enter vibrational matching with what you want. Letting reality unfold naturally, lightly, with confidence, with appreciation. A practical way to apply this is to visualize yourself as a character that you are sculpting yourself. Every choice, every thought, every emotion is a chisel in the sculptor's hand. The difference is that the material is vibrational and the sculpture is yourself. So, instead of asking yourself, what will I attract? Try asking, who am I becoming now? This question changes everything. When you understand that you are always creating yourself, you begin to take on a new level of responsibility, but not a burdensome responsibility, but a freeing one. You stop waiting for the world to change to feel good. Instead, changes inside and watch the world respond. This is the true manifestation, not an exchange, but a reflection. The created reality mirrors who you have become, and so, happiness stops being a place of arrival and becomes the path. Manifestation stops being an objective and becomes a consequence, and you stop being an observer of life to be the vibrational protagonist of your existence. You are the creator, the created, and the creation. And the good news is this process never ends. There is always more to desire, more to become, more to expand. And now that you've come this far, what are you going to do with all this? Because the truth is, this knowledge only turns into power when it is put into practice. You already understand that your emotions are compasses, that your vibration is the language of the universe, that you are not at the mercy of circumstances, but in control of your own created reality. So, ask yourself, what thoughts am I repeating that no longer serve me? What have I been resisting, when in fact I should be allowing? How can I become the most aligned and powerful version of myself today? You have all the tools. The clarity is there. The source is with you. In fact, it is you. And the next step is not to change the world, it is to change the focus, the vibration, the choice. Because when you transform, everything around you inevitably responds. If this message touched you in some way, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share with someone who is also ready to co-create a new reality in 2025. Your expansion is just beginning.